Keita, my daughter, was born in 2003. My wife is a very high-risk pregnancy. The cord was wrapped around her neck a few times, and she was all tangled up in the cord.
And it was really scary. It was really fast. She wasn't doing well, and so it was an emergency C-section that we had.
It took them a couple minutes, and luckily they were able to get her breathing, get her going.
She ended up in the ICU for about a week.
She became relatively a normal little baby, and she seemed healthy and strong, and it was probably about 6 to 9 months or so when, you know, most kids are kind of learning how to crawl and do different things. But with Keita, she seemed to always be extremely late.
My niece told me about a place called Kids on the Move. They do early intervention.
Our therapist that was working with Keita at the time said that she might have cerebral palsy. I spent 8 years as a professional triathlete, and there was numerous times that I had asked my daughter Keita if she would let me push her through a race, and after retiring last year, I was kinda, now what am I gonna do? And a friend of mine was telling me about an organization that she was working with, Push to the Finish, and they were doing a lot of running events with kids with special needs and pushing them. And a friend of mine, her daughter, Emery, has an undiagnosed disorder, and when I asked her if she would let me push her little girl through the race, she was super excited about it. And so I pulled both Emery and Keita through the swim portion of that race. But then at the next race, another friend of mine really wanted me to take her daughter Olivia through the race. That was one of the coolest races I've done. Going up this one steep hill, Keita says to me, "Dad, go faster, you can do it."
It's amazing to me to just watch that, just that joy from that excitement, and it's just an experience that she can't get on her own, and it's great to see that on her face.
It was so much fun to see when they got out. He first started to pick her up, and then she wanted to run up the ramp, so she made him put her down so she could run up the ramp. When they came through on the run, an older gentleman was standing next to me, and he said, "How do you know him?" And I said, "Oh, that's my brother and my daughter." And he said, "That's so incredible what he's doing."
I saw in him finally this reawakening of, I love sport, and this is something else I can do to love it again. And so it was awesome for me to see him with two things that he loved. It was almost better than watching him finish his first Ironman.